Let's start by taking in a deep breath and release it. Hi, everyone. Right now, what I'd like you to do is tune into your intuition. Hi, Sagittarius, and welcome to your June 2021 general guidance reading. My name is Gemstone, and I will be doing your reading for you. I hope you are well. Now, I know I just said general guidance, but this reading does feel like a love reading. The reason why the Death card came out was because I've never had a card do what it did when I was shuffling. So it felt like it was significant and it needed to be left out. And now that I'm looking at what's taking place here on the table, this feels like the head of your reading. An ending is taking place. An ending is taking place, and the start of something is also taking place, but I feel like you're focused more on the ending of things. The example that I see is that a horizon, you are turned away from the horizon, and at the horizon, the sun is beginning to rise. But because your back is towards the horizon, what you're seeing right now is the darkness that exists because, again, the sun is just beginning to rise. So the light of the sun is only really touching the parts of the horizon. It hasn't yet gotten to the entire atmosphere to light up the aspects or the place where you are looking. So right now I feel like you may be in a dark place, and I'm also getting the energy of you masking your emotions. So you not necessarily letting your emotions be seen. So now that I'm saying that, it's letting me know that there's another person that's receiving you, and they're like trying to gauge how you're feeling, and they can't really necessarily do that because there's this sense of you masking your emotions, you hiding or protecting yourself possibly. Now, what I'm getting is that, again, this feels like a relationship situation, a connection, because we have the Devil, we have the Six of Cups, and the Three of Swords, which is giving me the energy of cohabitating or coexisting with someone, like the union of something. But I'm also getting the energy, okay, so with the Page of Pentacles, I'm getting the energy of rate of change. This relationship had a very low rate of change. Things were not growing very quickly. I don't feel like things got an opportunity to grow. And I feel this is because this energy of masking could either be you or the other person, but someone is masking their energy, and it made it very difficult to actually grow and like have what would have been roots turn into roots, if you understand what I mean. It doesn't feel like there was fertile ground for things to grow because it wasn't existing in real soil. It was something that looked like soil, but it actually wasn't, because the closer you get to it, the energy, or let me just speak about it now literally, the closer you get to the person, you realize what you saw and what you feel from them are two different contrasting experiences. So with the Page of Pentacles, I'm getting the energy of this relationship starting in a state and ending in a very similar state to the state it started in. So that could either mean that you were in this relationship for a long period of time and it just never grew, or that you were in a relationship and you, just as quickly as you got into it, you got out of it. I'm not necessarily feeling a fast pace with this because I have no wands present, and I'm not getting, this is a slow moving energy. I'm not really getting a quick vibe, but it's more of the rate of change. There was a slow rate of change. Things didn't really get nothing flourished in this relationship. It was just a struggle. And I'm also getting the energy of a karmic relationship with the Devil and the Pentacle. And the Six with the Devil and the Six of Cups. The reason why I mentioned the Pentacle is because this feels, worth and value feel like the lesson. It feels like the lesson for someone. Is that the King of Pentacles? It feels like the lesson for someone. It feels like the lesson for someone. Either you or the person. I'm getting with the King of Pentacles that made itself... Okay, so let's just put this like this. With the King of Pentacles, I'm feeling the energy of things appearing in one way, but actually being another way. So that's very interesting. Anyway, let's get back to it. I want to include the Ace of Pentacles because it feels significant. I'm also getting the energy of this being a repetitive cycle, either for you or for the person that you are dealing with. Them getting into relationships. So the initial getting into the relationship, there's some form of vulnerability. Like there's some form of vulnerability here with the Page of Pentacles. This is the youngest out of all the court cards, and the youngest could be seen as the most immature. It could be seen as the one that's learning commitment. So it's at its most immature or innocent or gullible or naive state, if you will, in terms of understanding Pentacles. Pentacles represent material. It represents the earth. What I'm getting from this is commitment and investment. So this is why this feels like the lesson, value, worth. It has a lot to do. They're all related and they all are different representations of the pentacle. But if you were to boil it down, it comes down to the same thing, if you understand what I mean. And I guess here would be a moment, write in the description, in the comments down below, if this is resonating with you and you feel called to do that. But I feel with the Page of Pentacles at the beginning of the relationship, there was that excitement that you get when you buy something new, or you get a new gift, or like you are in the presence of something new. There's this sense of excitement, but as the relationship continued, that energy in terms of it being not as experienced stayed in that inexperienced state and didn't blossom or grow into what it could possibly be. So what I'm getting is that the person that's witnessing the other and feeling as though the other's energy is being masked, like they're hiding themselves, that person, okay, let me reword this. There are two people in this reading. There's, let's say, the immature person, and then there's the observer of the immature person. The observer of the immature person also was observing the potential of that person and was using that as a reason to be in this connection. But as time went on, and it, again, in terms of time, as I continue, I'm feeling the energy that it didn't last very long. I don't have a specific date, or a specific amount of time, but it doesn't feel like it lasted very long. But the person that was looking for potential, or was looking at the potential, was solely looking at that because that's all that they were receiving. Because the reality of the person that they saw, they couldn't accept because, again, they were focused more on the potential. They're focused more on the potential. And I also feel, so to the person that's not the observer, to the person that's being witnessed, the one that's masking the emotions, I feel like they portrayed themselves to be different than they actually are. Maybe that was intentional, maybe it wasn't intentional, but they are different close up than they are far away. So as the relationship started, they were you and this person, whoever you are, you and the other person were further away. And as the relationship went on, the view of each other became more clear. And the person that's looking for potential recognized that this is not really going in the direction that they want it to go in. I'm speaking more lucidly because I recognize on YouTube, it's a lot harder energetically on YouTube. It's like the messages that I receive really go two ways versus on TikTok. Like I know specifically I'm speaking to this person on TikTok. On YouTube, I'm recognizing now that I don't know if it's like because a wider range of people, I have no idea why, but I feel the need to be more general here. So here, yes, the person that's looking at potential is recognizing, ooh, this is not it. This is not it. And this reading goes in both ways for the person that's looking for potential or looking at the potential, as well as the person that is just not manifesting or allowing themselves to be vulnerable. And now that I continue talking, I feel like that person is you, Sagittarius. I feel like you are the one that's learning commitment. I feel like it's you, actually. I feel like that's you. But again, this can go two ways. So as the story goes, you met this person, or you both met, it was great and shiny, but it was a spark that was lit that just didn't manifest into what it could have been from what was presented. And for someone, it feels like the Sagittarius. No, it feels like both. This is a cycle that you both go through. So to the Sagittarius, just going with the energy that I'm feeling now that I'm feeling it. And it's always after you say something, it comes. So I just said I don't really feel these things on YouTube. Now here it is. But to the Sagittarius, the energy that I'm feeling is that when you get into something new, and you realize that you like the person, the commitment on your end dwindles because you are afraid of that. You're afraid, and I feel the fear that you have is you're afraid of losing yourself in some way as you get more acquainted and connected to somebody. And then to the other person, I feel like they are constantly looking at potential versus what is reality. And that's the cycle that they're repeating. Either way, for both of you, one ended in a heartbreak, and then one ended in healing. The healing, I feel, is taking place for the person that's consistently repeating the cycle of looking at potential. So they're more in an aware perspective to look at this as an opportunity for them to heal and to dive into why it is that they latch on and become attached to people, and drain their energy in a way that is just maybe not so much necessary as it is necessary. I say that because the things that we experience help us learn. So in that way, it's necessary. But in a way that it's unnecessary is the fact that it consistently happens. So I feel for the person that is looking for potential, is able and has recognized their pattern in some way and is now moving out of this space towards understanding why it is they need validation, why it is that they need to be attached to someone in order to have worth, why they feel the need to mold someone into the image of what they feel that person should be. For the Sagittarius, I feel like this is going to lead to heartbreak, but it's going to be delayed because I don't feel like it's being felt at this time. I feel this energy of abandonment, and to the dark side of the horizon, it's like, oh, they left me. I feel that energy more than anything. So what I'm getting is that the person that was looking for potential ended up leaving, and that also further confirms the fact that they're recognizing their pattern and they don't want to do it. And with that person, I'm seeing more of the I in the center of this heart, versus for the Sagittarius, I'm feeling, for you, Sag, I'm feeling the energy of you being hurt. But again, masking that because of your lack of wanting to be vulnerable and experiencing that pain, which is only going to delay it and possibly make it more painful. Because what I feel when it is experienced by you, it's going to be felt, in terms of the gravity of all relationships that have made you feel this way. So I feel like there's, it's giving me Mercury retrograde energy, where through reflection, there's going to be connections to how this all happened and how how it's going to go. Is everybody leaves me. Everybody leaves me. And then the weight of that is going to be the pain that is felt, versus possibly looking at how you got yourself into the situation. Please let me know if this resonates with you down below. What's the next step for Sag? Okay, so we have movement forward. And it's like, forward in what way though? Forward in what way? What's promising is the fact that the way that even I didn't feel to put it this way, it feels this way. So moving towards the Ace of Pentacles. So this is letting me know that although you're avoiding your emotions to some degree, you're avoiding the feeling of vulnerability, as time goes on, you're going to move towards the state of evaluating your worth, understanding worth and value, and looking at things from the perspective of the lesson that seems to be what is being taught to you. Self-worth, commitment, value, investment. But I do feel like it's going to hurt. So I guess my advice to you, Sag, would be feel your feelings And it's okay to be alone, because the other pattern that I'm feeling is that you get into relationships to avoid being alone. So the reason why there's this stagnant feeling in between the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Cups is the energy of you being complacent and you not necessarily wanting a relationship, but just someone to be there. The Devil, coexisting, like that codependent energy. I'm feeling that. So this is an opportunity, truly, now that you're going through this heartbreak, for you to do so alone and not escape into somebody else, so that you can feel the feelings of what it is that you have been avoiding and truly get to the root of those things. This is where I'm going to leave this, Sag. If this resonates, please comment down below and speak if you feel the need to. We would love to hear from you. If you like this type of content, please like the channel or subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, please like the video. Sag, this was your June 2021 reading. All the best. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles.